Boy, this crowd came here to make some noise tonight. 0-1. And that's one of the many reasons an unexpected guest at Shea Stadium. Well, he took the expression, why don't you drop by, literally and figuratively.
That's about the only way to beat the traffic in this town.
1 ball, and everybody got a kick out of it. 1-0, the count to Bill Buckner. And I'll tell you what, Wally Backman almost jumped out of his uniform when that man came down in front of him at second base.
And why not?
Oh, are they up Saturday night at Shea?
Jansen. That is into center field. Here comes Kiermaier. Phillips has tied the game. Arozarena coming around. Throw home. Now he stumbles. But the ball gets away. Tampa Bay wins it. Brett Phillips, Game 4 hero. Arozarena is dead at the plate. Like there's no chance. I'm sorry, Taylor, not Mookie. Here's the throw that comes in, and this is going to be relatively easy. And Will Smith just took his eye off the throw from Muncy because he didn't know where the runner was. He thought the runner was coming, and he had to swipe tag him. And right here, Arozarena is absolutely flying, and right slips, falls down. Well, Will Smith has no idea at this point. An unbelievable comeback victory.
The barrel of the bat comes back at Roger Clemens, and he fires the bat back toward Piazza, who is going down the first baseline. A moment created by Clemens. And thankfully not much more on the field than these two benches emptying, and the players now in a mode of standing around and trying to sort out what just happened. That was surprising.
Joe, there were a lot of people who defended Roger Clemens when he hit Mike Piazza in the head. I was one of them. In my view right now, Roger Clemens is dead wrong. You can't take up the better part of the bat, the fat part of the bat, and fire it into foul territory near Piazza. Obviously, Piazza didn't mean to do that. My gosh, that's a blatant act. Foolish, foolish.
The 2-1. Ripped. Deep right field. Salmon back. At the wall. It's off the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Lofton digs for third. He's held there, and it's a 6-run Giants lead. J.T. Snow had to pick Darren Baker up, and thankfully got him out of the way with Bell bearing down on home plate. And thank goodness that J.T. Snow was aware and got Darren Baker out of the way. Goodness.
Jay grounds one. Pedroia makes the play. Throw home. 2 out. Over to third. It gets away. Alan Craig is going to come to the plate. Here's the throw. He is. The umpire making the call. They're going to say he's safe. There was interference at third base. Interference with Middlebrooks at third. And the home plate umpire pointed to the plate. And you can see Jim Joyce saying obstruction as Craig was tripped.
this game 5-4.
Well, Jim Joyce, did he make the play? Did he make the call right away? It appears that he did. A remarkable play by Pedroia's dove to his right on the short hop, gets the first man. Watch Craig in the background going to third, so the first man is out. The throw is wide, and now Middlebrooks can't get out of the way. Obstruction is called. Craig, who can't run, normally would have been out at home. Saltalamacchia making a great play. There's one out. That's the second out. Wide throw at third. There's the obstruction. Middlebrooks. Unbelievable.
This game ends with an obstruction call. This game ends 5-4 because of that right there. The throw home, it looked like the tag had Craig.
Yes.
But immediately Dana DeMuth points down to third base because of this. As the feet go up, Alan Craig gets tangled in the legs of Will Middlebrooks and can't get toward home plate without falling down.
Inadvertently or otherwise. Pedroia can't believe it, and the Cardinals with an unlikely win.
Let me turn now to Tim McCarver. And, Tim, we talked in game one, the final score was 5-0, but there was a key early play involving Terry Kennedy dropping a throw from Will Clark at the plate. We go back to game two. The score was 5-1, but there were two key plays early in that one as well.
Well, you don't often think of key plays in a 5-1 ball game. Flash forward to the bottom of the fourth inning. Dave Parker barely by inches just misses a home run. Candy Maldonado with the hesitation, allowing Jose Canseco to score, and he fails to get Dave Parker at second base. So the Oakland A's take.
I'll tell you what, we're having an early.
I don't know if we're on the air or not, and I'm not sure I care at this particular moment, but we are. Well, folks, that's the greatest open in the history of television, bar none. Yes, it certainly did. We're still here. We are still, as we can tell, on the air, and I guess you are hearing us, even though we have no picture and no return audio, and we will be back, we hope, from San Francisco in just a moment.
Good evening, I'm Ted Koppel. Let me try and explain to you what must already be obvious to the millions of you who tuned in to watch the World Series tonight. Take a look at that live picture. That is from San Francisco. That fire presumably has been caused by an earthquake that knocked both the network broadcast of the World Series off the air and has been causing apparently some considerable damage in the San Francisco Bay Area.
And Gary, and we're back here in the production truck, and it's funny. I think everybody at first oohed and awed and didn't quite know what had happened, and you get the sense that people are almost more nervous now as the reality of what has taken place begins to sink in. At first, you knew you were a part of something historic, sitting through an earthquake in a ballpark preparatory to a World Series game, and now, of course, just in walking out in the last few minutes, everybody is exhaling.
Munson at second for the Yankees. Reggie Jackson at first. He's had an RBI in every game in this series. 4 games, 6 RBIs. Drill, right at Russell, he dropped the ball. Are they going to get 2? No, he threw it away, but it hit Reggie. Hit Reggie. Confusion on the bases. Here comes Munson. He's going to score for the second run. There's a lot of confusion. The ball hit Russell's glove. It then hit the ground. Reggie Jackson was forced out, but then on a throw, that was the second out of the inning. On the throw to first base, they're saying the ball hit Reggie. It is a complicated play because Reggie is out of the play, and yet the ball might have hit him, scooted away, allowing Munson to score. Here it is, Joe.
Russell, now there's the force on Jackson right there, so Jackson's out of the play, and it hits him. He's right in line, and Jackson is thoroughly confused. He's still at first base. He doesn't know what to do.
I'll tell you what,
into it.
He let it hit him purposely, and I've got to believe they're going to, well, I don't know what they're going to do, but if it is ruled intent, I think, we'll have to check the rule, I think that they could rule that runner out, as he intentionally looked like he got in the way.
He was leaning, there's no doubt. We'll run it again, and you'll make up your mind. And Lasorda is really upset and you can't say that you blame him.
And Raleigh Fingers makes his third series appearance. Tolan steals second without drawing a throw. And that brings Dick Williams out of the dugout for one of his frequent strategy sessions. Raleigh Fingers reveals the substance of the discussion.
He pointed to the on-deck circle. He pointed to first base as if we were going to walk him, and he told me we were going to have Gino stand up, and it looked like there was going to be an intentional walk, and then Gino would jump back down into the catcher's box, and we pitched to him. Williams, he wanted me to throw a breaking pitch. He specifically said throw a slider and not a fastball. We threw a slider on the outside part of the plate for a call strike 3.
Johnny Bench talks about the play from his point of view.
Just as Fingers went into the windup or into his stretch, I heard Joe holler, "Be alert." So I got halfway ready, and he just made a great pitch on me.
An Academy Award performance strikes out Bench. Grimsley, Billingham, and Gullett have been in the bullpen. And he pops it up. Perez back. Morgan going and takes it in foul ground. Here comes Odom, and he is out. The ball game is over. A double play. Odom gambled and tried to score on the foul pop, and he's out at home plate. Dick Williams comes out. The Reds are still alive. They win it. Here's Odom tagging. He thought Morgan might not be quite alert or have his back to the plate. Odom tries to score. The throw from Joe Morgan is in time. A double play to wind up the ball game, and Cincinnati leads it 5-4. Now watch Joe Morgan. He yells Perez off the ball. Morgan, quickly, even though he slipped and fell, fired to the plate, and for a fellow who hasn't had a hit in this series, Morgan is playing a very valuable role yesterday and today. So the Reds win it.
Check on the runner, they pick him off.
Oh, boy.
This game is over. O'Hara picks off Colton Wong, and the Red Sox win it 4-2.
No way can this happen. Wong, with his team down by 2, makes the last out. Uehara picks him off.
And Carlos Beltran is standing at the plate with a bat in his hands. And the Red Sox celebrate the victory.
Talk about shocking.
And Beltran, his night is finished. Game 4 is finished. And a stunned crowd here at Busch Stadium watches the Red Sox celebrate tying this series at 2 games apiece.
The Mets have had only 3 hits off of Dave McNally, who's been thoroughly in command. Leon skipping to get out of the way, and it's ball 1. He starts down to first base, and DeMuro calls him back. So Cleon thought he was hit by the pitch ball, and now comes Yogi Berra down from the coaching lines at first about halfway. And Gil Hodges carrying the baseball is coming over now. Hodges showing the baseball to DeMuro. Hodges, we might have a shoe polish play here. Remember the Nippy Jones shoe polish play in the 1957 World Series at Milwaukee? Hodges showing it to Lou DeMuro, who awards first base. Another shoe polish play here at Shea Stadium.
Armbruster hit a sacrifice fly. 10th inning in the final game at Pittsburgh in the National League playoffs to provide the winning run. Throw to second. High. By Carlton Fisk over to third. Safe.
We are going to have
down at second.
We're going to have an argument. They may reverse this decision.
The Red Sox are arguing interference at the plate.
They are saying that a batter, after bunting, interfered with Carlton Fisk, the catcher, in fair territory. He has to give room to Carlton Fisk so he can make the play. Apparently, home plate umpire Larry Barnett is not going to reverse his decision, and we're going to look at it again and see what we've got. Armbruster making sure the bunt is down right. He is in Fisk's way. Barnett is blocked out on the play. You can see he was blocked by Armbruster.
Boy, that's Fisk hot.
I don't blame him.
The Dodgers have a 4-3 lead in the 9th inning. Reliever Liu Casey retires the first 2 Yankees. He's now only 1 out away from victory as he faces Tommy Hendrick. Tommy works Casey to a 3-2 count and then swings at a low breaking curve. The Brooklyn crowd rattles the rafters with a deafening roar as Hendrick misses. But there's a sudden hush. Catcher Mickey Owen also misses.
The ball skips past him, and Hendrick is safe at first base. It's a spark that starts an explosive chain reaction. DiMaggio singles. Keller doubles off the right field wall. Scoring Hendrick and DiMaggio. Before the inning is over, the Yankees score 4 runs and win 7-4.
With first base now open, Pete Reeser is purposely passed. Mixis runs for Reeser. The Dodgers trail 2-1 in the last of the ninth. 2 men away, a man on first, a man on second. Manager Bert Shotton sends in Cookie Lavagetto to bat for Stanky. On the second pitch, Lavagetto slams one into right field against the wall, where Hendrick has trouble rounding it up. Behind John Frito, Mixis scores the winning run of the ball game. All Brooklyn is delirious with joy. Players and fans cheer Lavagetto. In the most dramatic finish ever witnessed in the 44-year history of World Series play, the swashbuckling Dodgers roared from behind to trim the Yanks 3-2.